Hello, everyone, and welcome to the State of Inclusion. Today, we're in a festive spirit, pre-Christmas holiday spirit, and we came to the idea to actually uh, to do a pulse of the market and to take a snapshot of what the market thinks and where the community of financial inclusion is heading in the next year, because we think it's important, especially with all the planning for the next year that is going on. So we've surveyed thousands of financial inclusion participants of all sorts on two continents, in Africa and in Asia. And we have come to some very, very interesting findings, which we would like, of course, to share with you. We will go through it shortly, and we will, of course, to all the participants, we will send an infographic that contains all the detailed results of this quiz or survey of the market. And we believe that this will be very, very handy to you coming into the next year. And we will end it all by doing a bit of a wheel of presents to reward the luckiest participants of our survey, and we will also offer the possibility to the winners to donate their proceedings to a relief fund for the typhoon that unfortunately recently has hit the Philippines, and Irradian will be doubling all those proceedings that are donated to the fund through this way. So this will be a little, something, just a thought, not much that would actually help the relief fund and help the ones really hardest hit by the typhoon. So let's kick it off with the results of the Christmas 2021 pulse of the market. And I will just share my screen shortly. Okay. So the first question was about the company's strategic objectives for 2022. What are the main things that people are trying to achieve in the FINclusion market in the next year? So what really surprised us was to see that over 50%, actually 53% of the respondents were looking for aggressive new customer acquisition, and that through digital means. So definitely it is something that is top of mind to all the participants. Actually, over 50% of the market wants to achieve new customer acquisition through digital means, followed by faster application and which means application processing and approval of loans, which was very important to 52% of the market, which also shows that new customer acquisition is nothing if you cannot process and approve the loans very, very fast. And for that, you need either a lot of employees or technology that helps you make the best fast decisions. This is followed by 47% by efficient loan-related document management, which ties in very, very tightly with the faster application processing, because it is an extension of it's actually part of the process of the loan origination, and document management, which is at the fingertips of loan officers, is really, really important. This is followed by 44% of people thinking that efficient credit scoring is super important because the good decisions are based on efficient credit scoring, which is not 100% automated, but is greatly helped by the technology, while the best approval is then done by hand based on all the data points that the system and the recommendation that the system makes. Almost the same or exactly the same amount of people would like to explore additional digital services and products for next year. So exploring new digital channels, new services, or products offered through digital is very important to almost half of the market. Getting new clients and business through existing channels, like the branches, shows a very interesting trend that people understand branches and their brand, their physical brand is an asset, and would like to explore more of how to emphasize this and mix it with digital channels. Rolling out new digital products and services as soon as possible is exactly 43.8% as the previous two answers. So digital products and services, not as a plan, but rolling them out as soon as possible. And this can only be done through by being assisted by an actual core and backend that provides these possibilities to include and roll out new services and test them fast. Ensuring client repayments. This was previously the number one argument for most of the market, but now people actually understand that client repayments are a consequence of good choices made beforehand and the technology that assists you. Capability to reach out and communicate with the client base, always very, very important. And if this is somewhat automated, this can greatly increase the relationship of your financial brand with the client base. Electronic dispersal and repayments through multiple channels is quite important to 37% of respondents. I would dare say that it's also very tightly knitted with the loan origination process and the technology that goes with it. So goes hand in hand with, for example, faster application processing and approval of loans. And then we are reaching the bottom end, full proposition flexibilities, more repeat business from existing customers is quite important, and people understand that they have built their user base throughout the years, and it is much easier to get new business from the existing customers than to acquire new customers. It's actually cheaper, so it's upselling is definitely something that is very, very important, and it can be done through messaging very efficiently. Crisis survival, minimizing costs and investment is something that 25% of the market are focused on, while the rest are focusing on the actual growth and the opportunity presented by the crisis. So we're continuing to the next question, which is about the digital channels and which ones will be in focus in the next year. And the vast majority of the market has responded. The vast meaning 73% of the market, think and want to put their mobile banking app as at the forefront of their digital channels and the focus of their digital environment for the next year. This means that the majority of the market puts an equal sign between digitalization and the mobile banking app, which is, of course, understandable because this is something that is ubiquitous. At the same time, I would like to emphasize the fact that there are very, very efficient additional digital channels, like the messaging in terms of social messaging and the automation that is available on top of it. It is understandable that the market has seen a lot of mobile banking apps and has not seen a lot of examples of super successful banking messaging or financial messaging application or automations or bots, if you wish. However, I would urge you to think about the friction involved for the acquisition when you consider, for example, a mobile banking app, and on the other side, some kind of a social messaging. And what is the effort for a new customer or potential customer to download your app, find it, install it, go through the whole process of onboarding and signing up, and then starting to use it, as opposed to something which does the same thing with maybe a simpler discovery in a matter of up to a minute and a half, in forms of, for example, a WhatsApp messaging self-service bot that is fully KYC compliant and manages the whole onboarding process and the usage of it. So, food for thought for the next year. However, almost half of the market thinks that 85% plus automated loan application forms are quite successful and will be their focus. And what does this mean? These loan application forms, if placed on your existing channels like a Facebook page, your own website and mobile web, or distributed through whatever kind of digital marketing, actually, if done well, can serve the same purpose of fast acquisition as the most successful channels out there, and are very easy to launch. So this is definitely understood by the market, and it is one of the lowest hanging fruits. If those loan application forms are tightly knit with your backend, with your core, and allow north of 85% of automation and self-service. Internet banking is important to almost 40% and will be in focus on 40% of the market, while the messaging of SMS, for example, is 34% of the market understands that this will be in their focus. Followed by Facebook page, partner distribution, chatbots of all sorts. And for example, and it's interesting that 15% of the market would like to include microinsurance as part of their products. WhatsApp as a channel is upcoming and will become quite important. And Viber, for example, for some markets like the Philippines, those are all important to around 11-12% of the market. Agency banking I was personally thinking that it would be higher rank, but it's something that 10% of the market think that we'll focus on. And then we have the long tail of Instagram, embedded finance through third party, and the others. So next, we have wondered if aggressive digitalization was on the radar of the FINclusion market, and how do they think they will get there? So vast majority, 72% of the market would like to digitalize current manual processes, and by doing so would reach more aggressive digitalization. Followed by 62% that think that by evolving their core systems to ensure flexibility and third-party integration capabilities is super crucial. So reaching the flexibility through upgrading or evolving their core systems, financial systems, and putting it under one hat. Rolling out new additional digital channels is something that almost half of the market would like to do. And 30% of the market answered that ensuring base for the scalability and unhindered fast growth is something that will ensure their aggressive digitalization plans. Reducing multiple separate systems and unification of data was recognized by 17% of the respondents, while I believe personally that here there lies treasure trove, because if you put multiple separate systems under the same hat, if you wish, or more importantly, if you break down the silos of your data and unify it, you will have an amazing base for decision making, and especially automated decision making, lending itself to design of whatever process and automation of it. So a treasure trove lies in breaking down the silos of your data, and possibly connecting those with your unified systems. 8% of the market is not investing in growth right now and not focusing on the digitalization, and this is just a reality. But it's good to see that over 90% is actually focusing on the growth and on the opportunity. And then we had a very interesting one and asked one single question. If you were granted magic powers and could add new capabilities to your technical systems, which capabilities would you choose that you most probably don't have right now? So 36% of the market answered that comprehensive open APIs is there would be their magical new capability, which would open a door to something quite interesting and new, and enable them to build new services. So I'll say this once again: comprehensive open APIs are recognized as the way to go to achieve the new growth and unlock new possibilities, and enter into some other era of financial inclusion market. Collateral tracking and management is also top of mind for 14% of people, meaning that non-collateralized loans are complemented by whatever collateral is out there, and which means that financial services and finance companies are going upmarket and offering larger loans for home appliances, vehicles, two-wheelers, you name it. So, and those purchases are actually collateralized in most cases by the actual uh, thing that is being purchased. So managing and tracking those are becoming an important factor of the whole set. Buy now, pay later would be added by 8% of the market, followed by the integration of third-party services and products, also most probably added through comprehensive open APIs on top of your core. Majority of tech systems on the same platform is important to 8% of the market. And then we have the long tail of different answers like drag and drop new product creation on enabled by the backend systems, SMB and consumer loan capability. This is an upcoming trend which we were discussing in the last episode, that most financial inclusion players that were offering consumer loans are wanting and entering to the SMB and micro SME market. So having the possibility to offer both SMB and consumer financing through the same platform is a big asset for the coming year. Modern loan origination, which is about the channels, out of the box scalability was recognized as a big asset, especially for the fast growing financial inclusion fintechs out there. And then we have like the visual and full loan process workflow design, automated repossession, extensible personalized loan management, and so on and so forth. An interesting fact arose that from all the companies or respondents surveyed, the vast majority answered that they are growing and planning to grow more aggressively in 2022. So quarter of the market will grow from 10 to 25% next year. Almost another quarter of the market will grow from 50 to 75% of the year. So that provides a lot of optimism. And 17% of respondents answered that they will grow from 25 to 50%. Another 17% answered that they will grow modestly from 5 to 10%. And 15% of the market will grow over 100%. So they plan to double. So we see that there is a large growing optimism on the market because only 3% of the whole surveyed respondents of the whole market have answered that they are expecting contraction or keeping the status quo. I think that there are a lot of opportunities in 2022, and people should act now to get prepared and ensure that they have a good base for scalability, growth, and fast deployment of new products and aggressive new customer acquisition. We have had some very interesting open-ended answers about things that are keeping them from reaching their full market potential. But we will go into those in more detail in our infographic, and we will try to analyze most of them and actually come to some common conclusions. But mostly people are answering that they have that they could do much better and reach their full potential and spread their wings if they had a proper system that allows them fast digitalization and integration of new services. So we again come back to the open APIs and comprehensive, fast integration of new services through it, and the digital marketing that allows you to spread your word and actually have fast loan application and approval processes based on it. Again, we've had also some very interesting answers on if people were granted one magic wish to actually three magic wishes to help them achieve the best for their company in the new year. But again, we will be analyzing that fully in our infographic, while it goes into the same trends of enabling fast integration of new products and services, full digitalization and using digital channels, and empowering their employees to make with meaningful work through automation of digital processes, which makes people's jobs more meaningful and your decisions much faster. So, with that being said, we would like to go to our next part, which is about rewarding our participants, which actually express the wish to be rewarded. And here we have our wheel of presents, and we would like to start. So our first reward is a voucher, an Amazon voucher of $200. And let's see who's the lucky one. So, congratulations, Henry Jones Olabre, for winning our first prize. I would like to remind that every single one of the winners will have the possibility to donate your proceeds to the relief fund for the typhoon on the Philippines, and Radian will be doubling each one of those. Our next lucky winner is Fatima Abubakar Nazir. So congratulations. You have won a voucher of $150. And now for the next three prizes. Well done, Venice Soberano. You have won a $100 voucher. Congratulations to Kit Leiva. A voucher of $100 goes out to you. And for our last prize for today, Alvin Veens wins a voucher on Amazon for $100, and all of you will be notified by email, and will have the possibility to donate your prizes to the Typhoon Relief Fund on the Philippines, and Radian will be doubling all of those. So once again, thank you all. you can expect in your inboxes most probably next week the infographic summarizing all the interesting results and trends. Once again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and see you soon. Bye bye.